Hey, it's Laura Crocus. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where I want to help women grow on mission for the glory of God. And I just love how God uses these things in our everyday life to teach us, as we observe them, as we learn about them, that we can actually learn more about Him and more about things that He wants for us. In Romans 1:20 talks about how His eternal attributes can clearly be seen through what He has made. And we see all sorts of examples like this, like in Jonah. God uses this plant to expose his entitlement mentality, and there's David, who God uses sheep to help him realize his jealousy and his selfishness and all this crazy stuff. Well, here during these videos, during our Bible chats, what you learn in Bible chats, I just want to talk about those things that God is teaching me through the things that He has made. And one of them is our cry ride home. We were in a long road trip with all my kids, 6 kids, 7-hour ride, and there was so much complaining going on. I mean, it was whining and complaining, and that's enough to make me pull my hair out, maybe you relate. But really, what combats complaining is thankfulness. And so we just started thanking God. We're like, okay, we're playing the thanking God game, and let's just keep thanking God for things. So we were like, 50 things, everyone has to contribute, and we just started thanking God for 50 things. And then right after that, we got to 50 things. It was great. And then there was more complaining. And it was like, what in the world? Okay, let's do it again. 50 more things. And we were thanking God for things. And then it dawned on me that this was a sin problem. It wasn't just like a complaining, entitlement, lack of gratitude problem. It was a sin problem. And some things that had happened before, with somebody was jealous and somebody was envious about this or that, or who was sitting where. And so we just confessed it, and we said, okay, everyone needs to go around and confess something to God, confess their sin to God. And so they did. Everyone went around. I confessed my irritability, and there was confessing of jealousy of who was sitting where. And you know what? Just talked about in Galatians 5, where the fruit of the flesh is so clearly evident, and the fruit of the Spirit is so clearly evident. After everyone confessed their sin and yielded, said, God, live your life through me, there was a total different atmosphere change in the car. There was love, there was joy, there was peace and patience and kindness and goodness and faithfulness and self-control because of the confession of sin. And so I'm realizing that as the day keeps going, that when there's bickering going on, that it was right now, okay, everyone needs to take a minute and confess your sin to God and surrender your life and let Him live through you. And what do you know? We actually then get to experience the joy and the gentleness that comes from the fruit of this Holy Spirit living inside of us. So just so you know, that is something that God has been teaching me. Try it in your own life when you're experiencing strife or bitterness or frustration or just bad relationships with people. Try confessing your sin. Confess and surrender. There's some other videos I've done, the Spirit-Filled Life, I'll link them down below, that talks about this more so, because I have talked about this with my kids. I talk about it with everyone I possibly can, because it really is the only way that we get to experience the joy in this life and the things that God has for us, is through confessing and surrendering, yielding our life to God. So I hope this is helpful. See you at our next What You Learn in Bible Chat.